Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading about somebody that has gained a fresh insight or wisdom into their situation and helps them view an alternate path or a new approach to whatever it is that they've kind of struggled with before. So, from the Earth and Bone Oracle, we have Roots and Apprentice, number 10 and number 4. And it feels to me like what we're talking about is either a return to tradition, a new appreciation for the way things did, or the way people did things before, or there is a rejection of this tradition in the face of whatever this wisdom is. Whatever this wisdom has confirmed or validated for the person I'm reading for, they're just taking kind of a different path. Like, I remember when I got into canning my friends that I was just a little bit off, a little bit weird. Um, but it was something that helped me feel more in touch with like my grandmother who had just passed and more like self-sufficient in a way. And that's a good example of something where maybe you're doing things a little bit differently from the group of people that you hang out with, but it's something that makes sense to you, right? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, Joshua Tree. How are you doing today? Let's grab a few cards from the signs of the times. I love this card. It's number 44, Firefly. And the word underneath it is wonder. Sorry, I just need a little Dr. Pepper. And one of the reasons I like this card so much is we've got kind of an emphasis on being a light in the dark, providing some sort of insight here where others are perhaps lacking it. I'm doing well, thank you. Good morning, Miss Joanna. How are you doing? And accompanying Firefly, we have medical staff. So number 13. So Miss Joanna's number and my number, basically. We've got somebody here who I think provides healing on a mass level, somebody that is able to brighten the day of whoever they encounter. But there's a need to recall that whenever you are this positive energy for other people, you have to take time out to, take a break, re-energize, whatever it is. All right, I think we're going to go with the Morgan Greer this morning. What else do we have? We're going to take that in the reverse. We have the King of Swords and the Four of Wands in the reverse. I mean, this feels to me like somebody who's very analytical, linear, very direct, right? They don't put a lot of frosting on whatever they're communicating. This is somebody who had to take a step back, somebody who maybe needed to, it's almost like I'm seeing Undercover Boss, where they have to step onto the front lines to actually understand some of the bigger issues within their operations. This is somebody who had to see things from a different perspective because they were very focused, very committed to something that wasn't entirely accurate. So they needed to figure out, do a little bit of investigating, right? Figure out what was going on with the foundation. Why is this not working? Could be about a relationship, could be about a business, especially since we have apprentice. This could be something pertaining to a business or pertaining to somebody's finances. But it could also be about somebody learning how to love, especially since we have the Two of Cups in the reverse, Seven of Wands in the reverse. I feel like there was maybe a right person at the wrong time. Hello there. Are you here to help? For those of you that can't see, this is Mr. Hambone. He's really cute. You can hardly tell because I'm wearing all black again. All right, you want to sit on my lap while I do this? Can we make that work? Maybe? Just don't like swat them out of my hand, okay? Is that a deal? So somebody needed to learn, how do I actually connect with people? How do I look at each partnership as an opportunity to learn something? This King of Swords may have been a little bit egotistical or a little bit set in their ways. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and they saw this other individual as beneath them. Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody who works hard. This is somebody who is committed or dedicated, but it's not a king, right? Almost feels to me like the apprentice has taught the king something, the teacher something. You have Death in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I think the King of Swords had to learn that there was a better way. Again, this could be business, this could be love, but if we're talking about Ten of Pentacles, this is like a lot of money, or could also be about family. Have you ever heard those people who talk about their parenting as the situation that really taught them a lot of lessons? Like, yes, I am teaching or I am raising this child, right? I have to impart my knowledge to this child, but they teach me lessons sometimes, right? They teach me to be patient. Just like this little guy. You're so cute. Are we going to get a ham bone channel? Should we just have a channel all about you? People are asking for it, man. Six of Pentacles. Page of Swords in the reverse. So we could be dealing with somebody that has Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra in their chart. But we also have somebody that was very focused on money. This feels to me like somebody who's transactional, right? Whether it's in a relationship or a, yes, you can buy something at a discount from my store, but only on the days that you work or only on these items, like very regimented, regulated. I feel like somebody here was almost a Scrooge, right? The books were very important to this person. And almost seems to me like everyone in their personal life, there was a ledger for that as well, right? Well, Annabelle lied to me about, that social event. And, Bill also told me that this person didn't like me when clearly they're very respectful and, they're nice to me. So it's like a little notebook to keep track of who's done them wrong, right? Hello, the nest, the last Regnadian? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm just going to call you Last. Hello, Dino. How are you doing? Three of Wands, Knight of Rods. So there's an element here of waiting for something to change because there has been action. What is this talking about? It's interesting because we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Rods or Knight of Wands. Kind of differing energy because one is more diligent, more dedicated, but takes longer. The other one is like a burst of energy, right? Not necessarily as focused, not necessarily the right man for the job if you're trying to go for consistency, right? But it's almost like somebody lit a fire under another person's ass and they realized, whoa, am I marching in the wrong direction? Am I putting all of my effort and energy into something that is going the wrong way or is, questionable, right? Almost like they were taught the wrong way to do something. Like, yeah. This King of Swords from likely a family member or their entire family, was taught to look at emotional connections or friendships or romantic relationships as what's in it for me. What do I get back? Almost like I would marry that person, but the dowry is kind of meh. What? What? What's in it for me? Maybe should have been the title. The Queen of Cups in the reverse is telling me we had somebody that would be emotionally manipulative, even cold towards others, because they were singular in their approach to this person, right? So if there was somebody that they were in business with and they, confessed their feelings, this King of Swords was likely to say, well, if I date this person, we could combine our businesses and it would be good for the books. Is that all you think about? um, and then we have this Knight of Pentacles, which is likely one of these iterations of how can I use you? How can I make money off of you? What can we do here where you benefit me? That's not always the right approach. I don't know if it's ever the right approach, because I have found that the greatest rewards are when your goals align with servitude, right? How can I be of service to this community? How can I be of service in my, family, whatever it is? We have lockdown, mental prison, confined, waves, emotions coming, going. This was a very sterile home. Whether or not this King of Swords lived alone, they were like figuratively alone. They don't really let people in, right? This is not somebody who's, I'm going to tell you my favorite childhood stories or my dreams and aspirations. No, no, no. That's not for public consumption, right? So, yeah. Family in the reverse. This person, we may as well be reading the Beauty and the Beast story right here. This person was isolated, maybe even a little bit of a curmudgeon. I'm sorry if you're listening to me and you think I'm judging you. I'm just trying to describe you. But the important thing is you've had a change in your perspective. Bounty hunter, today, and crushed. So this action, look, we even have the rod in the dog's mouth from the Knight of Rods. Looks very similar to me. So it's like somebody's passing the buck here. I feel like we have a message being communicated through a third party. And with the today card, this is in the present moment. There's somebody communicating a message about sadness. Almost as if to say, hey, I really think my King of Swords buddy is doing really well in life financially or professionally, but they don't really let people in. They don't really have any close friends. Maybe I'm their only friend and they've known me for 20 years. And I also think they're a curmudgeon. There's somebody here that is taking action to try to spur this King of Swords into like a new direction for their life, into like perhaps a more meaningful life, right? This is the Beginner's Tarot. Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse, and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. It's kind of some depressing energy here. This is really kind of confirming that Beauty and the Beast storyline. Somebody who's aloof on their own, doesn't really connect to others, maybe seen as a bit of a villain from the local townspeople. Could be even somebody who owns a large business, people work for them, and so there's distance as a result of that. But there's something here about people not really having a great opinion of this King of Swords because perhaps they're a little too materialistic. Perhaps they're a little bit too focused on the financial element of their life. So generosity doesn't come easily to this person, right? Because they're the type that knows exactly how much is in their account at all times. Um, they make a lot of decisions based on cost, right? Mm. And they may be learning a lesson about money. Yeah, I think there's a setback here because somebody has been obsessed with working, somebody has been obsessed with money, somebody has pushed love or like human connection to the background. They're not really interested in that. Sometimes you'll have individuals that maybe communicate differently or don't like take social cues because there's a difficulty or there is like it feels impassable. Like it discourages people from pursuing that, right? I'm trying not to like get too personal, but there's someone in my family that I'm thinking of um, who's passed away that struggled a little bit with this. And I think you either have somebody that realizes this is difficult, I'm going to push through and figure it out on my own. I don't want to lose out on the idea of human connection. Or you have somebody that just squirrels themselves away, hibernates, if you will, and doesn't really challenge themselves on that human connection front. They just, all right, for some of you, I'm thinking of the embattled recent CEO of Twitter. I think he stepped down and said somebody else will take over. Um, I maybe watched too much Rick and Morty because I'm thinking of Elon Tusk, which I think was their like mocking version. But just, I'm very smart. I'm really great. I make a lot of money. I say things, and if they piss you off, I don't know if I really care because I'm still making money, you know? So they're going to be taught a lesson through loss. There's going to be something that changes here. There's going to be an earthquake creating instability wherever they thought they had created some impenetrable like fortress for themselves, right? And then in walks in this Two of Cups. This person that's like, uh, just delightful. You can't not like this person because they have a lot going for them. But they're also very inquisitive, and this is why they don't get initially just like completely uh, turned off by this person, right? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. What makes most people feel like this is not a good journey, I don't want to deal with this person, I don't want to get to know this person, doesn't turn this person off, doesn't turn this person away. So there's somebody who this King of Swords could potentially spend their life with if they get their head out of their ass. I'm sorry, I love you, but like money is not life, whoever you are. There's something here that is trying to pull you out of your shell and show you that life has more to offer, more mystery, more wonder, more beauty, right? And for many that resonate with this King of Swords, the general concept begins with you learning what is lovable about yourself, okay? Let me just say, you don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. That's not a good goal. What is a good goal is to acknowledge that human connection is natural, human connection is often needed. And there are people out there that are weird like you. I don't care what brand of weird you are. We are all a little bit weird or we're boring, okay? So if you ask me, I would rather be weird as fuck than even close to normal, okay? Normal equals boring. So have faith, King of Swords, that there's somebody out there that likes your brand of weird. You just have to unlock that other half of your heart and open yourself up to believing that there are people out there that would appreciate you for your strange brand of weird, okay? Because there are. There are people out there that like my weirdness. There are people out there that'll like your weirdness. You just have to know how to find them. You just have to have faith that they're out there and they'll find you. We have Hanged Man and the Six of Cups in the reverse. So there's somebody here from your past that caused some issues in terms of how you see yourself, and that causes a little bit of hesitation or stagnation or unwillingness to get close to people. And I want you to think about what you are potentially sacrificing for this one person's words. I'm thinking of Game of Thrones when, was it Tyrion? There was like another TY word. The little person. God, what's Peter Dinklage? Great actor. One of my favorite people from that cast. He has this great like chat with Jon Snow, basically saying whatever it is that you think is wrong with you, right? The bastard thing. You can't give other people power with that over you. Okay. You own that. You do the self deprecating thing. You make it look good, and people will know they cannot use that against you. And it was wise because he was saying basically, I've been able to live a life where I minimize the impact of whatever this thing is that somebody said to you, right? Um, I'm not going to let that have power over what I'm able to achieve. Peter Dinklage's character, I'm pretty sure it's Tyrion, but now I'm worried that was the dad. He was like, yo, you got to still live your life. And if you basically just have a dick swinging attitude anyways, nobody will mess with you. I don't think he said it that way. I'm pretty sure he didn't. But that's the general message, right? Don't let anybody tell you you are unworthy or that you are less than. There is something amazing about each and every one of us. We have to find that, appreciate it, and then also acknowledge that other people will appreciate it for us to get out of this hanged man situation where, you're just convinced no one will like you anyways. Fuck that. You're wrong. There's at least one person out there that's just going to love your cup of tea, right? Three of Swords in the reverse. I love that because that is very much so confirmation for our healing card that came out. And the High Priestess in the reverse. All right, so King of Swords, I'm being a little rough on you today. I hope you forgive me. But this High Priestess in the reverse is saying you are blocking your own intuition. So part of the healing process for you here is you've got to be able to acknowledge those maybe odd messages that come through. Have you ever listened to the radio and you felt like the lyrics were literally talking about your life? That is not a coincidence. You can feel that it's a coincidence all you want, but I'm here to tell you that sometimes, maybe most times, those little things that catch your attention and you're like, hey, is that? Let's just assume that it is, because if it motivates you to do something that you know you need to do, then fucking take the sign, man. So listen to your intuition, use your discernment. You may be too quick to write people off and not give them the benefit of the doubt. Probably more likely that one than the alternative, but it could be that you are too kind to people. I think it's probably more so I'm going to keep you at a distance and assume you're not going to like me, right? Stop it. Respectfully, you can't do that anymore. There's a connection that is meant for you, and I don't care what you say or who you said it to or when you said it, you want it. I'll tell you right now, it's an important connection. So don't you dare fight this person out and like leave them out in the cold just because you're used to it, okay? We have the Ten of Pentacles. This is somebody who is family to you, and I don't mean that you are actually related by blood. What I'm saying is this is your soul family. This is somebody you are supposed to be close to, somebody that understands you or will understand you and help you grow as a person. So if you've had struggles where maybe your family members don't necessarily understand you, or you don't really feel like anybody is close to you, don't you dare push away somebody that is actually interested in getting to know you better. This is somebody that you want to make sure you are working on things with. If you've said something to push them away, please apologize. Please. Because this Five of Swords in the reverse is like, don't you sabotage this. Don't you, if you've done something, you better apologize, because this is somebody you could build an empire with. All right, this is the Kipper. Child in the reverse. So I see that as this Firefly or Wonder card. It's never too late to have a moment of wonderment, okay? You could be 85 and still be in awe of something, right? Still find something that is magnificent or majestic and just, so don't give up the idea that people can surprise you, that events can take you to a place you didn't dream of. There's something here that is wonderful, and I want you to be able to appreciate it, right? So be open to the idea of surprises and things that really do work for you. Now we're talking about a King of Swords. So this mature woman would be the counterpart to that King of Swords, okay? If you are not masculine or you are not a male, then flip the genders for me, okay? But we've got somebody here who's been very focused on money, realizing that there is somebody here that is a great partner to them, okay? Another thing that just flashed through my mind would be the older couple from Downton Abbey. Oh God, I don't remember her name. You know, the like head housekeeper lady and the male head of house dude. I can't remember the names, but just like people who've been very hardworking, eventually realizing there's a chemistry between the two of them and they can have this beautiful companionship. That's what I see here, is people who have been alone for a long time, recognizing that there's something of a connection between the two of them. And there's going to be some communication here, perhaps an invitation, something that needs to bridge the gap between these two people. And the message here is you should pursue that. You should move forward. This is the Crow Tarot. Aw, that's rough, Miss Joanna. I mean, I can understand it's not always easy for people to apologize or admit they were wrong, but it is how many aspects of growth come about, right? Acknowledging that there's a need to change. The Empress in the reverse. The Hermit. The Empress in the reverse is this King of Swords. There may have been a lack of a childhood for this King of Swords. May have been responsible for childcare at a very young age, or may have lost his parents at a very young age. But it facilitated a rather hard shell or exterior that made it difficult for them to connect to others, because there was this sentiment or this feeling that it was me against the rest of the world. I can't trust anyone. There may have been some abuse. Whatever it is, King of Swords, I'm sorry that happened to you, but there is some beauty left in this life for you yet. It looks like with the Hermit, we have confirmation of our wisdom card, the Apprentice, somebody who thought they knew it all, realizing there's more for them to learn. And what are they learning about? Five of Swords. Emotional damage. I'm sorry to chuckle and make light, but recognizing that there is still a possibility for happiness after you've gone through trauma, right? After you've gone through something really difficult, you can still bounce back. You can still find a way to be happy in those kind of situations, right? And somebody is being asked to look at life with a happier tone. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this is confirmation there was loss of a family member at a young age or a distance from a family member. We also had family in the reverse, remember. So I feel like this King of Swords is felt very much so on their own. Nine of Wands in the reverse. So we have somebody that basically gave up on that human connection because they felt as if it was kind of a charade, a fantasy, that most people were just selfish anyways. Tower in the reverse. We have a change of perspective. We realize now that there are people who are loyal. Queen of Pentacles and then Strength in the reverse. There is a concept here that this King of Swords understands better now in terms of if you want people to be loyal or connected to you, you have to also be open to the same, right? You can't expect loyalty and not offer it. You can't expect close connection and not be open-hearted, right? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Joanna. Nine of Swords, anxiety, sleepless nights, frustration. There's that Knight of Wands again. So even in the same column, and then the Hanged Man in the reverse. So this King of Swords, I believe this message is coming through for you because you know there's something you need to change. Perhaps you know you need to apologize. Perhaps you know that just in general your approach to life needs to change. But you have to take action towards that because what I'm seeing is you're being encouraged to actually do something after figuring out that you need to. It's like when I've done all of my laundry except for actually put it away and it's just staring at me from the bench. I know what I need to do. I haven't done it yet, but I know I need to do it. You're being reminded, whatever this is, it's time to do something here, to open yourself up to that human connection, even if it makes you feel foolish, even if it makes you feel like uncomfortable or vulnerable. Six of Cups in the reverse. Don't live in the past. Do not let people in your past dictate how you encounter those in your present, okay? We are all capable of change. We are all capable of being good people. So that's why we have discernment, right? So we can figure out if people are coming from a place of fear or coming from a place of love. And that should help you determine whether or not you offer friendship or something more, right? All right, I'm going to pull a couple from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then we're going to call it a day. Be careful in what you tell others. Yeah, there is somebody here you cannot trust. So I understand some need for secrecy here. Again, use your discernment because there is somebody here that is loyal to you or would be loyal to you. True blue in every respect. You have a mind of your own. Use it. Don't live off somebody else's life credo just because they taught it to you. You have your own lessons and your own understandings as well. A short sorrow. So there could be a loss here that you don't anticipate. Sending you hugs. I know you'll get through it. It is a short sorrow. So there is some happiness on the other side of that. All right. Thank you so much for the likes and subscribes and for joining me in the live chat. Hello, Redbeard, right at the end. Sorry. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend or whatever part of the week it is. And I'll see you on the next reading.